In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a lead magnet using Canva in under 30 minutes. In today's tutorial, I'm going to use a Canva template that I created specifically for designing a downloadable PDF lead magnet. I am going to show you step by step how to customize this lead magnet with your own content, with your branding. I'm also going to provide you a copy of this template so you can follow along with this tutorial and create your lead magnet in 30 minutes or less. If you want a copy of this lead magnet, no worries, I will be providing links so you can go ahead and make a copy and follow along with this tutorial. So let's go over to my computer and get started. Alrighty, we're on my computer. I already have the lead magnet template open. Remember, for this tutorial, I am going to use a pre-designed lead magnet Canva template. And if you want a copy of this template, the link will be provided in the box below. Alrighty, so we have our lead magnet template open. The first thing you want to do just to make this process go a lot easier is to get all your assets ready. So for this lead magnet, we are going to need a few things. We need a cover photo. You're going to need a photo of yourself, a little blurb about you. So your intro, who you are, what you do, and what this lead magnet is about. Also, you're going to need photos that represent the content of the lead magnet. Before you get started, get all those things ready because it just helps the process go a lot smoother. And finally, if you're going to use a scheduling calendar as your call to action, you're going to need to have that link. You can use anything you need for your call to action. So if it's going to be join my Facebook group or register for my masterclass, whatever it is that you are going to use for your CTA, make sure you have that link ready. So with everything ready, of course, your content, I forgot to mention that. This is going to have filler text to hold the template in place. So you're going to need to have your content for your lead magnet ready. With all that said, I have mine ready in this Google Docs document. I have my title, my intro, I have my content, and I have my call to action as well as my links. Inside of Canva, I have my pictures that I am going to use for this lead magnet already uploaded in. I'll show you real quick if you're not familiar with the process. In order to upload your own digital assets like your photos, for example, into Canva, you're going to need to go to upload. As you can see, I already uploaded a few photos here that I'm going to use for this project. But assuming that I did not have these already uploaded, you would just go to upload media and you can select it from your computer by clicking on this icon, or if you have Google Drive connected to your Canva account, then that would be how you can get it in. The other thing you could actually do is to copy and paste pictures. So oftentimes what I would do is I would go to unsplash.com. It's a website that has a lot of really beautiful, well-curated photographs that are actually free to use, commercial or personal use. So I oftentimes would, let's say, search for a picture here on Unsplash. And what you can actually do is copy the image and paste it directly into your project. I'm going to paste it into page 3 just to show you that it's easy to just drag and drop it in there. And it also creates a copy into your uploads area. So that's a little shortcut. If you already have a few pictures on Unsplash or another source that you can easily copy and paste, that's an option too. So let's just get right into this tutorial. We have our template ready. The first thing we want to do is to start making it personalized. We can start with a title. Again, you can delete whatever is there and add in your stuff. So for this, I already know that I'm going to title this project 4 self-care tips for extra busy professionals. So I'm going to copy 4 self-care tips first because I can just replace that first one with that. And the second one, I'm going to make 4 busy professionals a lot bigger. So I'm going to grab that and make that kind of the bold part of the ebook. This is looking a little tight for me. It does fit, but what I'm going to do is play around with this space just to make it a little bit loose, just give it a little bit more breathing room. In order to do this, you would go to this icon here, the spacing icon, and here I would probably just increase this to 1.2. and that looks a little bit better to me. And I'm going to just add my name here. Okay, the one thing I did forget to mention is that you would need to have your colors ready as well. If you haven't done this already, make sure that you have your brand colors collected and saved into Canva so you have easy access to the colors to do whatever project you need to do. In order to change this to your brand color, go ahead and click on the color icon, the color change icon. I'm going to use this colors right here to replace all of the paint. So I'm going to replace that with this light cream color. So I clicked on this one and I clicked on the cream color. It's going to ask me, I'm going to move this over here so you can see. It's asking me, do you want to change all of the pink to cream? And my answer is yes. So change all, and that's going to save you a lot of time because you don't have to go and click on each element and change the color again. As we get to the other elements that are different colors, I will change that. But first, we'll keep working on page one, the cover page. For this cover page, I want to put a picture here related to self-care. I don't want to put a picture of myself. I want the picture to represent what this lead magnet is going to be about. So I think what I did was I chose this for the first page picture. So already it looks great. This picture is from Unsplash. I encourage you to go to unsplash.com, create an account, search for pictures and add them to your favorites so you could always go back and use the pictures when you need to for different projects. And just like that, the first page was done in probably, I would say maybe a minute, maybe less. Alrighty, so now the second page of your lead magnet is typically an introduction, right? It's going to introduce you to the person reading the lead magnet. Who are you? What do you do? And what is this lead magnet about? So they may have downloaded it knowing what it is, but you also want to remind them, hey, this is what you downloaded and here's what you're going to get out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and drag in my picture in here. And if you don't like how it positions, you could always double click and reposition the picture. There seems to be a little bit too much headspace. So what I'm going to do is just double click and drag on one of the edges to enlarge the picture and move it to the center. Okay, I like that a little bit more, but I actually want to shrink the entire size because I just think it's a little bit too big. I like it a little bit better, more like this. Okay, so now we have that done. You have your introduction. Make this slightly bigger. Okay. So we have this font. I'm not too fond of this. So what I'm going to do is change it to Brittany. So, okay, I want to use this font and also use the same font down here. So you could also click on this font and change it to the font of your choosing. But another way to do this quicker is to go to copy style icon, click on that. And what it does, it's copied the style of this and also, so it's copying the fonts that's used. It's also copying the size. So go here, click on the icon. If it's hidden, just click on these three dots and it will reveal the rest of the icons. And there we go. So now we have the two matching fonts. We don't want to have more than 2 or 3 fonts in each project. So have this too. So I have a sentence here, sort of like an introductory sentence. Alrighty, so I'm going to copy that from my Google Docs document and paste it here. And this is just introducing who I am and what I'm currently doing. My name is Darwan. I am a pharmacist and a health and wellness coach. So now I have a bunch of lorem ipsum filler text that I need to replace with my own introduction. And here, all I'm doing is telling them a little bit about myself and a little bit about how this lead magnet is going to help them to solve their immediate problem. As you can see, it's flowed into the bottom part. So that's not a problem. All we have to do is move things around. We have a little bit of room, so I can move this a little bit lower and get this down here. And there is a little extra room here, so I'm going to get rid of that. But I do like the spacing in between, so it's easy to just quickly run through and read it. So making sure everything is aligned. I'm just going to put my name here. Oh, actually, I'm just going to delete my name because I already have it listed here. So maybe I'll just leave it as let's do this. And that's almost done. So you do have the option of adding your social media handle. But for this, I'm going to delete it because when you make a lead magnet, you do want the lead magnet to be easy to digest and to remove distractions, especially if you have a call to action at the end. So a call to action is something that directs the reader to take an action after they've consumed this lead magnet. And oftentimes, if you put more than one link, that might distract them from doing that. So I'm going to delete the social media handles. But if you do want to use it, all you need to do is grab the links from the individual social media platforms and paste them on the icon so that they become clickable. So for example, if you wanted to add your Facebook page or a Facebook group, you would click on the Facebook icon, go ahead and go on link and type your Facebook address there. And then of course, click save. Once you download it as a PDF, you should be able to click on the Facebook icon or the Instagram or any of the icons that you've added links to, and it would direct the person straight to that link. You can also do the same for your website. I think I'm going to leave my website here because when someone goes to my website, there's also an opportunity for them to get to know me a little bit more. So I will leave my website, but I will take out the social media icons. Again, it's up to you. You can do as you please. So I'm going to put my website information here. I think I have a link for that already. Just grab that real quick. All right, so I'm going to paste the link here by going to that icon that allows you to add a link and apply. So once you do that, you're going to see an underline and it doesn't look good. So what I do is just select all of that text and remove the underline. The link is still there, but it removes that aesthetic that I really don't find appealing. After you've done this, we're going to skip a few steps and just paste the link that we've copied from the first page and paste it on the other pages. And why we're doing this is because this website already has the link that we've attached. And so we don't have to go through attaching it 4 more times. The good thing about doing this as well is that it maintains the spot. So once you copy it here, it remembers the exact same position, the spot that you had it on the previous page. I like to just first do it on one page and then copy it to the rest of them. All right, so I think the second page is done. Just take a look at the first one. It looks good. We have the second page. Hi there, my name is Darwin. My little blurb about myself. Let's do this. And I have my website. This color has been changed to the second page, or the introduction page is completed. So now we have the content page. In this template, you have 2 options for content. You have sort of like a half a page or 2/3 of a page with a spot for a picture, and you have a full page. So this would be perfect to start working with. So I'm going to move this to the top. This would be page number 3. Okay, so I have a title and I have a few spots that might fit in quite nicely with what I need to create. So let's go back to my Google Docs. I have introduction, establish a morning routine. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to copy this text, the introduction text, and I'm going to start putting it here. So just delete the filler text, paste it there, and add introduction. Okay, right, so that's done, and just keep going. Okay, so I have completed the first 4 steps. Oh, I actually forgot the most important one, which is to change the title. So I'm going to head and just copy the same title that I have from the cover. So I'm just reintroducing the reader to the title of the lead magnet here for a second time. 4 self-care tips for extra busy professionals. Okay, so I have my introduction and I have tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3, and I've sort of run out of space, but that's okay because I have another page, and that's the reason why a page with a picture and content is also nice, because the rest of the content that I have, it's not going to fit a whole page. So that's where breaking the page up into picture and content helps. So it's not just half of a page with just content. All right, so this looks good. I'm going to change the text color here as well to that dark blue. Okay, remember using the change all changes all of them, so you don't have to change them individually. Okay, so I like this page, and all I need to do with the next page is to add the rest of the self-care tip. So I have all of it ready to go. One thing that you might want to do to make sure that it looks nice and clean and neat is that you want the space in between each of the paragraphs to be even. So for example, you can see this has more space than here. It doesn't look quite nice. So all you need to do is select all 4. To select all 4, you just have to drag from one end and until all 4 of the paragraphs are selected. And go to position and go to tidy up. It takes all of this paragraph, maintains the starting point of this one and the end point of the last paragraph, and it makes sure that the space in between are all
equal. So this looks good right now. Maybe move it up just a notch. Okay, so I like this. So I'm moving on to the next page. I have a picture. I think I was going to use this one right here. All right, so I just drag the picture and put it here. I'm going to delete this title because I don't need to have an additional title because I already have this. And I just need to add the last tip and the conclusion. So play with the template however you need it to work for you. You might have more content, you might have less content. If you have less content, then maybe increase the size of the picture so there isn't too much white space. If you have more content, you might have to add an additional space. I would caution you though, you don't want to create a lead magnet that has too much stuff. You want it to be a bite-sized, quick win action guide that someone can consume and take an action. Try to make it as succinct as possible if you can. But let's assume you do need to add an additional page. What you can do is decide on the page that works best for you. If you do need to add an additional full text page or maybe like a half a text or 2/3 of a text, all you need to do is to duplicate a page you already have. So if you wanted to add another full page, full text page, like this, you would just duplicate this. And in order to do so, click on the duplicate page. And now you have an identical page. You can delete the content and replace it with the extra content you need to add. So I'm just going to delete that because I do not need an additional page. Okay, so I have page 1 done. I have the content page done. I have the second page of the content. The final page is the call to action. And I believe any strong lead magnet should have a call to action. You've given them some value, you've given them content, you've given your readers something to do. Now you need to tell them what's the next step. Okay, if you want them to join your Facebook group, for example, if you want them to enroll in a course, if you want them to book a discovery call with you, if you're a coach, you need to ensure that your call to action is included and it's very, very clear and not distracting. So that's the reason why I encourage one link per lead magnet so you don't have someone clicking off of your lead magnet, going on Instagram, getting lost, and completely forgetting about the call to action. So we're here. I'm going to add a picture here just to tie everything together. I thought this was kind of nice, considering the fact that we're talking about self-care. Now I have this calendar link here. You can delete it because what we're going to do is place it here. So to schedule a free call, I have my link to my calendar. With this link, anyone that has access to it can click on it and book a call with me. Remember, you can change it to whatever you want. It could be buy my course. It could be join my Facebook group. It could be watch a webinar, whatever the next step is along the path that you have for prospective clients, add that link here. So I am going to add my schedule a free call because in this example, that is the next step that I want the client to take. So I'm going to click on the link icon, paste the link, apply. And the same thing happens. You have this underline, which doesn't look too good. Just take it out. It's okay. The link is still there. And we're going to test it when we're finished. So that's not a problem. And it's done. So I'm going to delete this. I forgot to delete it before. And that's it. Now, if you want to have a bird's eye view of your entire lead magnet or your entire project in Canva, I love this view. Go ahead and click on the grid view. And there you can see everything from start to finish. If you need to move things around, you can. Everything is cohesive. It looks quite professional. It looks quite nice. And this has taken us probably 30 minutes. Of course, the key is having everything prepared. The next step is to download your lead magnet. Before I download it, I'm going to just rename it. You need to download this as a PDF because with this PDF, you will attach it to your email marketing software like ConvertKit, MailChimp, etc. In order to download it as a PDF, click on the download icon right here and it says PDF print suggested. You do have the option of downloading a smaller size, but if you think people might print this out, you might want to print out a higher quality PDF and it's going to take a few seconds. All right, so I have it saved on my computer. We're gonna test those links that we placed. I did put the link to my website, so let's see if that works. So I'm gonna click on that. So yes, the link actually worked. Go back and I want to click on the other link. This looks really good, looks really professional, very clean. Yeah, I love how it looks. So let's test this link. Schedule a free call. Click on that to see if it goes to my Calendly and go straight to my Calendly account so our links work. So there you have it. You have your lead magnets that looks good, ready to be shared with your prospective clients.
So there you have it. I hope you're able to follow along okay, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I will be sure to get back to you as quickly as possible. The question I have for you today is, what type of lead magnets are you going to create for your online business? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about what I covered, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.